Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I would like to extend my very sincere thanks to the Vishakhapatnam branch of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists for conducting this youth conclave in anesthesiology, Anesthrilla. I'm very happy that the president of the city branch, Dr. Aprenji, who is also the organizing chair of this conference, the organizing secretary, Dr. Praveen Kumar Moturi, who also serves as the secretary of the vibrant Vishakhapatnam branch, led by the advisors of Vizag, the past president of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists, Dr. Kuchela Babu, and head department of anesthesia, Dr. Sri Lakshmi, and all the esteemed members of ISA Vishakhapatnam branch. I convey my sincere thanks and gratitude for your year-long activity and for doing the South Zone Conference and now the Youth Conclave. I'm extremely happy to be a part of this meeting virtually. The topic that's been given to me is how youngsters have to move forward in their career to achieve excellence in all that they do. And I'm extremely happy to share that it is extremely crucial that we need a lot of introspection as we move forward in our career. Recently, when I'd been to the Pan Arab conference in Dubai, I saw a statement in their Center of Excellence that they have created to make Dubai Health as one of the best and innovative medical research center in the world. And as you entered this center, I saw this quote, which caught my imagination, and it's quite profound. It said, "In the race of excellence, there is no finish line." So that's absolutely a profound statement, which clearly indicates that every passing year, you have to change your goalpost. And if you have accomplished something, I think you need to set your path for accomplishing more. I think that's exactly what it means. And for all those who are at your very young stage and we are doing the baby steps in anesthesia, I think there's a very, very important statement which you need to be remembering on a day-to-day basis. Yet another statement which is quite profound is the theory of life. When we are born, we are all born as equals. But human glory lies in ensuring that we do not die as equals. Yet another absolutely profound statement which possibly we need to remind ourselves every day. So it's important how you channelize your thoughts and energy to become someone who can accomplish a lot, both personally and professionally. I bring to you greetings on behalf of the ISA National Headquarters and on behalf of all the Governing Council members. And we are extremely happy that the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists have become the fourth largest member society of the World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists this year. And also, I'm very happy to share that we crossing the 50,000 mark. With 50,000 members, Indian Society of Anesthesiologists is one of the largest professional bodies with 244 city branches and 30 state branches, which continue to strive to make anesthesiology available to all in this country. 80% of the work is being done by the private practitioners in this country and 20% by the institutions. And I thank equally those who work both in the institutions and in private work for helping to achieve the goal of providing anesthesia in diverse atmospheres. So as youngsters, you need to prepare yourself to take up the challenge to do anesthesia in diverse circumstances, but with good outcomes. And this happens by capacity building and excellent knowledge. And I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the upcoming annual national conference at Raipur from November 25th to 30th this year. And I'm very happy to share that we will have over 25 international experts from almost all the continents, and also very happy that the president of the World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists, Dr. Daniela Filipiscu, will be one of the participants. And may I request all of you to join us in Raipur to share your thoughts with the global experts and to learn from them. We have also got 16 dedicated master classes, which is aimed to build the capacity of each one of you into the modern realms of anesthesia, including point of care ultrasound, ultrasound guided nerve block, target controlled infusion, and pediatric anesthesia, obstetric anesthesia. So you name it, we have it. So I think I really urge all of you to register for this conference and be a part of an academic extravaganza that would build your capacity and also network with senior professionals from across the country and from outside the country. I also bring to you greetings from the World Federation of Society of Anesthesiologists. This is the global professional membership organization for anesthesiologists. And currently, we have 142 member societies, which is spread over 152 countries across the world. And I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the upcoming World Congress of Anesthesia between the 15th and 19th of April 2026 at Morocco, Marrakesh. So before I start my session, I also would wanted to request all the postgraduates to take the ISA Inland Fellowship examination at Raipur. And if you clear that, the top 25 will be sponsored by the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists to do a 1-week fellowship in some of the most reputed centers of this country. You will have an opportunity to shadow some of the best brains of anesthesia in this country through this fellowship. So I request as many of you as possible to be a part of Raipur and also to be a part of the ISA Inland Fellowship examination. And if you have completed your program, do consider attending the World Congress of Anesthesia in Morocco in April. This is a slide which I use for all my talks because I've been inspired by this slide. It says that you may be born in a middle-class family, but you can scale such heights in this lifetime that you can cause a revolution. You may have been born to illiterate parents, but you can die as a scholar of world repute. You may have been considered a misfit during your childhood days, but you can become role model for the future generation. What you are and what you have been has no bearing on what you can be. You can be what you choose to be. It's absolutely a profound statement, and I think each one of you should introspect on these lines and try to reinvent yourself on an everyday basis to accomplish your dreams and goals and be extremely successful. But if you need to do that, you need to keep asking yourself, where does my time go? Where should your time go? For everything that you want to do, you need to have the time. In essence, you reach a point in life when time becomes your God. So this is an important statement which I wanted to share with all the youngsters who want to be accomplished, who want to be successful professionally. You need to know how to divide your time and utilize it appropriately to accomplish all that you want to accomplish. And All those who have accomplished are the ones who have known how to utilize their time in the most purposeful manner. So I would request all of you for an excellent time management and give priority to the work that you need to do on everyday basis. It's also important that you need to have such strong core values. If I ask a question to each one of you, do you want to be successful? I'm sure each one of you are going to say that I wanted to be a successful professional. Success is all about being in the process of joyfully creating a life that reflects your highest values, your deepest beliefs, and your greatest dreams. So I want you to set your core values appropriately to accomplish what you want. I would strongly recommend that each one of you should buy this book, Good to Great, written by Jim Collins. And one of the statements which appeal to me a lot is that each individual should become a leader for himself. And it says, a leader, he displays a paradoxical combination of personal humility and professional will, channeling his energy, drive, creativity, and discipline into something larger and more enduring than themselves. It's a statement which you all have to introspect. So it's important that you need to progress from being good to becoming great. And if you need to do that, it becomes very, very important that you need to channelize your energy, your drive, your creativity with great discipline on everyday basis, where it would result in you accomplishing all your dreams and goals. I bring to you greetings from the hospital where I work, the Ganga Medical Center and Hospital, Coimbatore, India, which is a 650-bedded tertiary care referral center for trauma, orthopedics, spine, joint replacement. And now we are expanding our services to oncology, reconstructive surgery, and we do the fellowship program in regional anesthesia. And we have students from across the country and across the world who come and get trained in ultrasound guided regional anesthesia. I take this opportunity to welcome all the young minds. If you have time, I would recommend you be a part of our fellowship program and you stay with us for 6 months or 1 year and learn several intricacies of perioperative care of a patient, trauma resuscitation, ultrasound guided blocks, and make yourself very good in point of care ultrasound. And if you want more details, you can see it in our website, www.gangahospital.com. I just want to quote our country as our inspiration. Our country, India, is absolutely modern today, very diverse, but extremely peaceful. But what were we before and today? We have been culturally extremely diverse, as you see in these pictures. And we have several religions, 6 major religions, and the most populous nation on earth. But when we got independence in 1947, this is the heart of Mumbai, and this picture depicts what we were in 1947. And this picture depicts how Indians commuted from one place to another during that era. But what has happened to this nation post-independence, and what is the current status of this country? Can you see this? It clearly shows the way we were commuting and the way we are commuting today. India boasts the second largest highway network in the world. It's got one of the largest sea link in the world. And the modern downtowns of this country looks like this. This is India, and it's not been taken anywhere else. And the best part and the icing on the cake is the Indian scientist put Chandrayaan on moon. And all this has been possible because we said yes to the changes. We became more modern, we became innovative, we became creative, we became tech savvy. We started utilizing the technology for the progress and the growth. So, this statement is again very important, which was said by Charles Darwin. It's not the strongest of the species that survive, not the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. So I request all of you to change for the good. And it's very, very important that in the path of progress, you need to adopt the modern techniques and the technology that has come in. So please say yes to the new innovations and for accentuating patient safety as an anesthesiologist. And then, if you start doing this, then this is a statement that you will belong to. You will be excellent in what you do professionally. Excellence is never an accident, and masters make everything look so simple. The most brilliant of the best do their craft with effortless ease and exceptional grace, or at least make it look that way to you and me. When an anesthesiologist intubates, when he gives a spinal, when he starts an intravenous access, there is excellence in what he does, and he does it so beautifully. And just by the way an anesthesiologist starts an IV access, someone can decipher how good he is professionally and how he is a master of his subject. I wanted each one of you to focus on the smallest aspects as anesthesiologist and show your brilliance in doing the small acts with such grace that everyone around you would love the way that you perform as an anesthesiologist. So, in the path of creating excellence for yourself, it should start with individual excellence. And then you should aim, once you have excelled personally, then you should aim for institutional excellence. You should rub on what you have gathered with all those in your department and in your institution. And the institution excellence should happen. And multiple institutions of excellence together will result in excelling in the country, and all this will result in you being noted globally. And I wanted each one of you have to become an entity, just not in the city of Vishakhapatnam, not in the state of Andhra Pradesh, not alone the state country of India, but to be a person who is extremely capable and known across the globe. And if all this has to happen, you need to begin with the end in mind. What do you mean by this? When you get a patient for pre-anesthetic assessment, you need to plan and strategize this patient in such a way that the end point is this patient has to walk home. So, which means you're deciding on the final outcome and then you start working towards that. And that exactly I want you to do in your professional life, where you need to decide what I would be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, 25 years from now, and 30 years from now. You need to set the goalpost for every 5 years and you keep expanding it so that there is no finish line. You cannot lead the same life at 25, at 30, 35, and 40. There should be a difference in what you do between 25 and 30, 35 to 40, and 40 to 45. So I would wanted each one of you to consider that you will be in the path of progress and you will never stagnate with doing the same kind of work throughout the 20 years or 30 years. I think this is very important. The next important thing that I wanted to share with you that will create excellence in what you do is all the things that you do should be created twice. The first creation is the mental creation, and the second creation is the physical creation. What do you mean by that? When you do a pre anesthetic assessment of a patient, you will see all the comorbidities, you will see the airway challenges, then you will see what surgical procedure he's posted. And now, after doing your pre anesthetic assessment, You start mentally giving anesthesia to him on the day prior to the surgery, where I will start my IV access, what block I will give, what medications I will use. These are the comorbidities. So, what should I take care of? So, you have mentally created and you have anesthetized the patient mentally the day prior to surgery. And this is very crucial and important. And after the first creation is done, the next day when you take him for surgery, you do the second creation. That's the physical creation where you actually do the procedure. Believe me, had you created an excellent first creation mentally, your second physical creation would be so smooth, so effective, and so efficient. And I would wanted all of you to do this. When you build a house, first you have the blueprint, and that's the first creation. Because without blueprint, you cannot create a house. And the second creation is what you do with the brick and mortar to build the blueprint which comes into reality. This is exactly what you mean by you begin with the end in mind of having a beautiful house, but it starts with a physical creation, a mental creation. And all the experts, winners, successful people, the peak performers, they live, they feel, and experience it. What do you mean by this? On the left hand side, you will see the world top notch chess champion Vishwanath Anand. When asked how does he climb up to that slot, he said that he will play his opponent several times mentally before he meets them physically. And for every single move of every chess coin by the opponent, he knew what he has to do it. So this is the mental creation. And when Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the legend in cricket, was asked how is that he goes for effortless six, he said he has watched that bowler bowling on several occasions before, repeatedly seen the movement of the ball, and he has mentally played it for 4 and 6. And that's why when it came to physically, it became easy for him to go for a six. So peak performers do this, and I want each one of you to do this with utmost attention, that you will make sure that you create it mentally and then you will execute it physically. Keep this for your entire life. If you need to deliver a talk tomorrow, you need to do it once before, mentally do it before, and then physically do it. Believe me, your lecture will be outstanding. So it's important that you need to have lot of introspection. You have to see what is your gap. Some of them will be extremely good in few things, and they alone know in which one they are not good. So it's important on a day-to-day basis, you will introspect, find out your deficiencies, and starts acting on those deficiencies. For example, when I was in my school, in my ninth and the 10th standard, if you would ask me to come and speak in front of the mic, I would not have been able to speak even one sentence appropriately and effectively. I knew that this was my deficiency. I started working on it. I started getting a instruments like dictaphone. I will choose a topic. I will speak in the dictaphone, and then I will replay it and analyze and see how did I speak. And I realized that I was such a poor communicator because I used to make a lot of noise in between my sentences. I would start a sentence and then say, uh, uh. So these sounds used to come, which means I was not good in my communication. Then I started going to the Google, and I started listening to talks by legends like Mahatma Gandhi in the movie of Gandhi and his South Africa talk. Then I saw Martin Luther King talk. I used to see Barack Obama's speech. I used to listen to TED Talks. And I realized that it's important to have a great command on the language, very good diction, and an excellent content and keep practicing it, then you would become an entity for yourself. So it becomes important that you need to get inspired by people who have performed well. Take them as a cue, keep them as a role model, and then start moving towards your goal of accomplishing the task like what they did. And next important thing in your race for excellence is always aligned with positive colleagues. Do not give time for negative thoughts and negative colleagues. This would be your biggest impediment for progress and growth. Everybody in the institution, in your department, is branded. Some of them are considered extremely positive, some of them are considered negative. So you will be able to judge it within seconds of being a part of the department. And my kind request is, do only align with people who are extremely positive. This will lead to excellence. And as I said, you should consider yourself as a true leader. And what do you mean by this? When you are given a task, when your professor tells that do this job, take complete ownership on the job assigned and do it so relentlessly well without seeing or considering whether somebody is supervising you. So, immaterial of whether your professor or assistant professor is supervising you, you start doing it just for your sake. And this I consider as an important tool, an important concept that you need to create for yourself. So, everything that you do, you need to do it just because you want to do it so well and just not because you're being supervised. This is very crucial, especially in our country. And it's also very important that you complete your task for your satisfaction and not to satisfy anybody else. This is the second important thing in your march towards excellent. And you need to be driven personally, and it is not because of the external stimuli. Somebody telling you repeatedly, do well, get the first mark, do well, you get it. The drive comes from within, where you say that I want to accomplish, I want to achieve. So it should come from within. And this is another profound statement. You should dare to embark on a path which nobody has taken in everything that you do. It is easy to make slides by cut and paste, taking it from the internet, but it is difficult to create something on your own, a presentation on your own, creating a storyline for your topic that you have been given, and trying to make your own slides. Please start making and creating your own path. Do not try to cut, copy, paste from others' path, because you will definitely do better than what the others did. And you need to strive in each and every act on that particular day that has been assigned to you. And this is another statement which I really like. Leaders do their work due to their own drive, whereas a slave does the work because he's being supervised. And this we spoke earlier, but I think it is very important, and I want to re emphasize this in your path to excel. And the another important thing that I wanted to share with you, or there are two kinds of leadership. You should be a proactive leader and not a reactive leader. What do you mean by that? You should be value driven, produce good quality work, immaterial of the environment. For example, the day that you decided to do some work, it started raining heavily, the weather changed. Immediately you thought that, oh, I thought I should do this, but it's raining heavily. So I don't have the right kind of emotions to complete my job. This is called reactivity. Whereas a proactive leader is one who says that I decided to do this, immaterial whether there is a sunshine, sweating, profuse rain, I will continue to do what I decided to do and make things happen. This is again a path for excellence. This is a slide which I used to love. The ability to subordinate an impulse to a value is the essence of a proactive leader, a true leader. So, for example, you decided that you will read for 1 hour. That was a decision. Then suddenly an impulse comes in that why don't I go for a movie now? And now what happens if you subject yourself for going to the movie, though you have decided to study for 1 hour, your impulse won over you. And if this continued to happen to in your life, then impulses will rule you and not your values. I hope you got this right. So I want to get your values right rather than the impulse. And I want you to be a visionary, proactive leader. The Forbes magazine says that the top 9 qualities of an excellent professional and a leader is the one who can communicate extremely well, is absolutely committed to his cause. He is extremely confident in what he does. He is profusely positive in all that he does. And he's a leader, so he starts delegating it to his colleagues and extremely honest in his ability to convey things to all those around him. People judge you by your honesty. You should inspire others to do better. And also, it's very important that you need to have that intuition to do things better. Intuition is the mother of creativity. And if you have a combination of these 9 factors, then I am 100% confident in all that you do in your life. In the race of excellence, you will definitely have no finish line because you're moving into the path of professional excellence. And you need to do with complete belief inside you. And you need to tell yourself, I'm a power to reckon and I'm able to do this. And once you get into that mode, you will become extremely good and you will become iconic and you will be remembered in your department and you will be remembered long after you're gone from a place. But it's important as a young anesthesiologist, as I said, how to accomplish all this. First is self discipline, good sleep, 6.5 hours to 7 hours sleep is essential for you to progress in life phenomenally with good focus and concentration in all that you do. So I urge all of you to sleep a quality sleep of 7 hours every day, but you decide to get up at 5 or 6, you should beat the alarm. And this is the beginning of success. All the successful people in the earth, when they're interviewed, they attributed that to the first 1 hour of their morning, where they strategized everything that they wanted to do that day. These were the people who were the most accomplished people because they strategized their days successfully in the first 1 hour. And I would request all of you to get this into strategic planning and also admire yourself every day and create that positivity to say that I'm one of the best creations of God. And today I'm going to perform extremely well in whatever I do. And in this first 1 hour, you also have to get into physical exercise, or if you like yoga, the divine music, or reading a positive book, 1 page or 2 pages, to bring in that positivity which will drive you through the whole day and make you accomplish every task. If you're married, I think it's very important as you grow, as you get married, it's just not the profession, but you need to create such excellent bonding in your family. You need to contribute to the family, irrespective of you being a very big professional at home. You need to remember that you're just another part of the family and you need to take part in all the activities of the house. This would be the strongest foundation of making family run a very smooth life, and this will profoundly help us to build an excellent professional career. And always across the globe, the people who are respected are those who are punctual. If it's 10 o'clock, if you reach the place at 9:55, then people respect you. But for 10 o'clock, if you reach at 10:05, the respect comes down profoundly. So, in the path of excellence, punctuality is very, very important. And also, when you go to work, you should not have any hidden agenda. All that you need to do is work and work. And as I said, confidence is very important when you climb into the operating room. But now, it is important that as an individual, you need to accumulate all the knowledge that is need to excel. So knowledge is power. So for all the youngsters, keep reading, keep updating, and it is truly a power. You will be respected for your knowledge by all those, the seniors, the juniors, your surgeon. Everyone will love you if you're going to give them the evidence-based knowledge that you're going to share on a particular case. After knowledge, acquiring knowledge, it's also very important to acquire the skill. An anesthesiologist has the power to prevent a death. That means preserving every life by his ability to do intubate, a difficult intubation, start and venous access when everybody is struggling. The breathing and the circulation form such an important component in the process of resuscitation and revival. So acquire all the skills that are needed to become an excellent professional. So good knowledge, excellent skill. When these two combine together, you start earning respect from all your colleagues. And when this matures out into evidence based practices, if you adopt those things, you're moving towards perfection. And once you have achieved this excellence of good knowledge and good skill sets, ability to use it, both the skill and the knowledge to that particular instance, the wisdom comes in, choosing the appropriate things and following the evidence based medicine. Then, once you achieve this and accomplish this, whether you're in the second year or third year or a senior resident or a junior lecturer, you need to strive to achieve this. And once you have achieved this, don't keep it to yourself. Keep on spreading this to every single youngster who comes in contact with you and just become their own role model. And you need to convert every youngster who are going to work under you to become a leader. Shared leadership is the one which will give excellent results. So, in the process, wherever you go, whether you're in private practice or whether you're in corporate practice, do build a very, very strong team. And we also know interdependence has got a higher value than independence in professional work. So please make sure that you're a team person. And it's also important to see what the world is thinking on the latest concepts. So please do allot some time in a week to go through at least one article, one journal. What's the common reasons for postoperative nausea, vomiting? Why did my patient get nausea in spite of giving the medications? Is there any other way that I can make sure that there is no nausea, vomiting? All this introspection would result in outcomes if you start reading the journals and updating your knowledge on a day-to-day basis. And this would definitely take you into excellence. And an anesthesiologist should be blessed with good knowledge, good skill, the wisdom to use both, and do the adopt the best practices. And apart from this, he should also evolve as an excellent communicator, communicate very lucidly to your patient, to your seniors, to your juniors, to the hospital administration, and later tell the entire society what you do, thanks to the advancement of resuscitations which are being taught to a common man. And this has resulted in an anesthesiologist being known across the society. So I think it's very important that you as an entity, if you need to come in, you need to communicate well. And the next important thing, apart from all the skill sets of a professional, your personal traits are very, very important. You need to learn to be very humble. You need to think differently. You need to be enterprising. And as you grow higher and higher and higher, you need to become humble and humble and humble. So you need to be a conglomeration of humility, a visionary, a competent person, excellent judgment in what you do, completely showing integrity to your patient, your institution, and persistently doing it. This would result in you evolving as a perfect professional, and you will exceed your own expectations. So these are the yardsticks: good skill with knowledge, excellent qualities including integrity, honesty, and humility with positivity. And believe me, after this talk, if even few of you introspect, set your goals, you be the change that you want to bring into your life, I am 100% sure, like what Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see. Believe me, money is important, but money is not everything. You will never be remembered for the empire you built, but you will be remembered for the lives that you saved. You will be remembered for the touching so many human lives. You will be remembered for producing pain alleviation to your crying post-operative patient. You will be remembered for resuscitating a patient in the emergency room who did not have an appropriate airway. And all this you should do, not expecting money in return, because you are blessed to and you have the power to prevent the death. And it's important that you emanate this on a day-to-day basis, and you will excel phenomenally if you think money is important, but money is not everything. And some of the modern thinkers think that you need to give certain time for your physical wellness. You need to read and contemplate. You need to spend quality time with your family. You need to have the futuristic growth, and you also can become very spiritual. A combination of these will result in you evolving absolutely holistically. And believe me, when somebody asks about you in your department, the colleague should say, oh, he's very innovative, he's really world class, he's very unique. And this is something which each one of you who is listening to this talk should try to accomplish and achieve, to give a lot of value and meaning for being a professional, for being a doctor. And why to lead a mediocre life? Why not lead a life that is so elegant, so graceful, so promising, so enriching, so impactful? And I am very confident all the youth who are present in this session, I'm sure that all the efforts taken by the leadership of ISA Vishakhapatnam, you will create multiple leaders who are sitting and listening to this talk, where they will think that they need to scale great heights, that they need to be known nationally and internationally. And this is another excellent title, which says that we should not be comfortable with what is happening today. And we should not worry about what happened yesterday, but we should now start focusing on the unknown possibilities of tomorrow. I think this is a profound statement. And Stephen Cove, one of the modern thinkers, when he was alive, 34 presidents of countries were his students. And he was a great thinker, strategist, and he mentored the presidents of several nations. And in his book, he said, why do some people grow and why do some people do not grow? He said this statement: today I gave a talk. It stimulated few of you. And because of the stimulus, you started responding. So between the stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is your power to choose your response. In that response lies your growth. Some of you listen to the talk may forget this the minute this session is over, and you will go back to your normal work. But some of you may find this talk produced something inside you that you wanted to introspect, you wanted to analyze, you wanted to bring in that new change inside you, and you wanted to celebrate you becoming a celebrity. So this is important. Everybody gets a stimulus, But the way you respond to the stimulus differs from person to person, and that response that you make decides why some people are successful, why some are not. So please follow your passion to excel. And as I said, excellence is never an accident. And you start creating excellence in your day to day life by adopting several things that we discussed. So if you do that in the race of excellence in your life, there is no finish line. You will continue to excel at 40, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, and on and on. And you will become a better version of yourself in everything that you do on every day to day basis. So please always remember the statement, in the race of excellence, there is no finish line. I take this opportunity to thank all the esteemed members of ISA Vishakhapatnam and all the faculties who have come from various parts of the country to be a part of this youth conclave, sharing your thoughts and knowledge with those young minds. And all the delegates here, I wish you the best. And I'm sure 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you will be giving such a talk. And I would like to listen to one of them. And I want to get inspired by your thoughts. If we do so, you make your parents proud and you make your country proud. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. I am so happy that I could be a part of your session virtually. I wish I had seen you physically, and I look forward for that day to shake hands with each one of you. Thank you again.